In a previous segment, we demonstrated how to locate some sample web addresses or URLs for use in Excel so that we could connect to and retrieve PeopleSoft data. We found that these sample URLs for PeopleSoft data are located in the Mayor Finance Data Services tutorial starting on page 8 as shown here on the screen. In preparation for future steps, I've saved a copy of the tutorial to my local machine and have it open here. You will want to do the same. It turns out that the tutorial provides us with 3 sections of potential URL sets. The first is titled All County, shown here, and the second Agency. And then the third, Single Department or Reporting Org section. Each of these sections contains 3 URLs. Remember that you will want to pull back just the data you need and are interested in so that your template performs data refreshes quickly. For this reason, you will want to identify the appropriate section and use the 3 URLs under it. The All County section's URLs are for use by fiscal staff that need to obtain budget to actual information for the entire county, or for persons who want to retrieve data for several department IDs, also known as organizations, which span several agencies. The agency section of URLs will be used by fiscal staff that need to obtain budget to actual data for several organizations, all of which reside in the same agency. And lastly, the single department or reporting org section's URLs are for fiscal staff that need to retrieve data for just a single organization or department ID. So that you understand, the first URL in each section will bring back summary budget to actual data for will bring back summary budget to actual information. This is the same information that is available in the MFA expense and revenue budget to actual BI queries. The second and third URLs are designed to retrieve detail expenditure and revenue information respectively. Again, this is the same information found in the MFA detail expense and revenue PeopleSoft queries. As a reminder, the URL strings shown here are in the tutorial are simply examples. So now that we understand which set of 3 URLs to select, we need to copy and modify them. We just need to modify them. Of course, the All County scoped URLs need no modification because that set of data doesn't need any refinement or filtering. However, if you are using the agency or single department section URLs, you will need to do some very minor modifications. More specifically, you will be required to modify the highlighted section of each URL. For example, if you're using the agency scoped set, you will just need to change the 030 code in each URL to the applicable agency code. I'm going to demonstrate that now. I'm going to base our future template on Agency 10, so I'm using Agency 10 to demonstrate how to modify the agency code in the agency URLs. Alternatively, if you are using the single department ID scoped URLs, you would change the first URL string to include an 8-digit code representing your organization of interest, and the second and third URL strings to include the PeopleSoft 10-digit code that represents department ID. I will go ahead and do that now. So for demonstration purposes, I will be using the 8-digit org level code 6050 4 zeros, and the PeopleSoft department ID of 6050 and 6 zeros. Once you made your changes, just like I'm doing here, save your version of the Word document. You now have a set of prepared URLs for use in Excel. All you'll need to do is copy and paste them when required. That concludes demonstrating how to identify and modify Mayor Finance Data Service URLs for use in Excel.